Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids and we are back for some more Hades, and last time we actually had a surprising amount of success with the bow and arrow. We made it arguably as far as we've ever gone. So that was an encouraging sign with a weapon that we've used only once prior to that. That was also with a keepsake that was not really doing us much good at all for the second and third floors, not the switch. So that's also a pretty good sign. This time round, I think what I'm going to try to do is, well, it would be great to run with the coin purse to begin with, to give us that 200 coin boost. I'm also going to try, or well, instead, I'm going to try the Pierced Butterfly, which is Thanatos' keepsake, the one that gives us the 1% damage when we clear an encounter without taking damage. I assume that this will be most effective to build up that damage boost in Tartarus when enemies tend to be the easiest. Because I'm not sure how often we're going to get the chance to actually fully clear a room without taking damage by the time we reach Asphodel, and certainly by the time we reach Elysium, assuming that we didn't. Ooh, starting out with hammer upgrade as well.
Let's go, Coronact.
We are still using the bow. It's a hold attack to shoot rapidly, but you cannot power shot. I kinda like that. Let's try that.
Coronact grows stronger.
Okay. I can live with that.
The pierced butterfly.
Oh yeah. Okay. So it seems like we will get a sound effect when we successfully trigger the butterfly. Maybe that was just a coincidence?
Come get shot.
More where that came from. So what we really want to do, I would think, we want to get the ranged enemies and make sure they don't spoil our day.
Got through without a scratch.
Yep, okay, so it does seem like we will, in fact, get that little bell sound if we do complete an encounter without taking any damage.
Oh, fight me.
Just the first few there. Okay, more I'm sure. Okay, I think that numbskull spawner was going to be the most difficult. So that's 3 runes at least, with increased, or well, without taking damage, so 3 times we got that damage boost. It's just 3%, of course, but is that good enough that it's worthwhile? We'll have to see if we can get a little further, because I think... Ooh. Hey, wait. Because I think 3% is not really enough. 4%, okay. Like, I think if you look at, for example, Meg's... what do we want to take? Let's go Aphrodite, because we don't have the boons yet. If you look at Meg's keepsake, I think hers does something kind of similar. Ooh, we lucked out there. In that it gives us additional damage when we're on low HP. So it's not universal, whereas this one is.
He was quite instrumental in the war of my design. Still, he resisted my attempts to sway his actions. You tell him simply I admire him.
Oh. Can get Aphrodite's aid, which does make people fight each other, which does kind of
Accept this gift.
work with the keepsake we chose, because that does, theoretically at least, mean that it'll be less likely for enemies to attack us, more likely for them to attack each other. Okay, but this room definitely looks a little trickier because we have some champion enemies here with armor. Means we can't stun them. Means it is a little harder to make sure that they do not hit us. Okay, 1 down. We did remove that guy's armor. That's key. There we go.
Power thanatos.
And I have lost count. That's either 5 or 6% damage. And at this point, I would think it's starting to make a little bit of a difference. Infernal troves are interesting. I actually wondered, what is the timing of the keepsakes bonus? Because troves, you typically, I don't even know if you can activate them before you've completed going through the normal encounters in a room. Cleared out the usual enemies that are there by default. And so does that mean that you do get that damage bonus once you clear out the usual enemies, and then you take damage on the trove afterward, then that doesn't matter? Or does it wait until you've cleared out the normal enemies and the trove enemies, in which case maybe that's not a great idea just now, because we want to see how much we can maximize the keepsakes bonus. This looks like this is going to be a mini-boss. Guessing it's going to be the bomb throwers. Let's see what we can do, though. It is... Oh no, it is not. Okay, I do not like these guys, though. I'm sure they will hit us. I also don't like those faces getting in the way. Ooh. So remember that. Ooh, yup, saw that one coming. So we have the quick attack option that I admittedly may not have been using much before, because I kind of forgot about it. Might have been useful. Use it now, though. Ooh, hello. Of course, looks like we're gonna complete this with having taken one hit, which does kind of sting.
But
Hey, how'd you get your hands on a nice bow like that? You take good care of Coronat for me, so I can try it too once you're up here.
Oh. Okay, special cast, dash deals more damage. Are we really doing much of any of these things? I mean, our special is kind of good with bow. But at least as things currently stand, I think that we've been trying to invest in our standard attack.
I'm honored.
I'm not convinced we're necessarily going to want to go that route. Okay. We have mini-boss, or gems, or shop. We don't have a ton of coins. Let's go with the shop. Hammer upgrade we would not be able to afford.
Up ahead.
Didn't get one, so I'm actually kind of happy about that. Not a missed opportunity in that way. Although, obviously, if we had 300 coins, we would have had we picked the other keepsake, then we would be able to get both of these. I think let's go Hermes, because he has some dodge-related and movement speed-related things, which might help us with the not taking damage thing. You dash, gain move speed, generally move faster. Oh. Hold to fire in rapid succession. I mean, that's kind of like our normal attack. But we do still have a limited amount of times in which we can cast in quick succession because we're limited by how many bloodstones we have. So I don't know how valuable that really is. I'm not sure if I've tried this.
Who felt that?
Oh. It is a very brief speed boost. I've seen this come up as an option several times, but it is intriguing. Might be enemies in here, there might not. There are certainly enemies. Again, they are champion enemies, so it is a little tricky not taking damage from them, so we can't stun them the way we normally would. At least not until we get through their armor. It's not a good place to stand. And there are more of them. We did take out a few. Now I have to remember that we have that quick attack. Alright, so there's another bonus. That's good.
Power of Olympus.
Okay, we could upgrade Aphrodite's Aid, and I think we ought to do that.
Thank you, gods.
Now, as for Chaos, I mean, the tricky thing here is anything we take in this Chaos Room is certainly going to still be in effect, the negative aspect of it, still be in effect for the upcoming boss fight. We might be in trouble there. We'll have to just be mindful of that and not take anything too crazy.
Together let us sow my namesake through the depths of what your father thinks his own domain.
What your father thinks his own domain. It's Chaos's. Make no mistake. I see what you did there. Okay, each time we cast, take damage, but otherwise gain darkness. That's pretty good, because we could very reasonably go into the boss fight without casting. Otherwise, it's not. If that were max life, I would say that might be worthwhile, but it's not. I think this is the way to go. I think for the most part that did achieve what we were looking to achieve. In that it wasn't so dangerous of an option. Uh-oh. Lots of ranged enemies here. It's going to be hard not to take damage. Very hard not to take damage. And there goes that. These guys, the stones are just so hard to avoid altogether. Not to mention there are numerous of these guys. Again, I think we got hit once, which is a little painful. Even now, that means we were so close to being able to get that bonus, but oh well. Again, that's a lot of these guys. We outrange them. I think we technically did avoid that. There's more though. Ooh, we did do that. That was very, very close, but we did somehow manage to get the damage boost there, so that's nice. Okay, so we could, let's just check out this mini shop here. Guessing we're not going to find anything amazing. And we could take the little life boost, given how we did take a little damage going to the Chaos Room. But I think both of these rooms are going to have nothing in them, opponent-wise. They're just going to be free rooms. I think this is going to be directly before the boss arena. Is in fact the case, so we'll take the free life, take the free coins, and ooh, more free coins at
That's
that.
a lot of coin.
And then we will go into the boss fight.
I bet Electo's next.
You'll see. Meg!
Oh well.
Not even Tisiphone could stop you. Your father must be sorely disappointed.
I mean, yes, but that's kind of a compliment to us.
He's difficult to please, that much is true. What happened to Tisiphone anyway? She isn't much for conversation.
It runs in the family.
Oh,
Tis only knows her work. And professional distance is important.
yeah, I don't think that really answered our question. Sure, we get her at all. It's been a long time since we went up against Meg, actually. Okay, let's maybe not do that. The extra movement speed does come in, ow, a lot of handy when I don't run directly into it, of course. Before that, we were looking good in terms of potentially even not taking damage, but I'm sure that was going to be optimistic at best. Ooh, that time I didn't take it by that. Also thought I could dash through that quickly enough. I could not. That was mean. We are technically in hell already. If that means anything. Or the underworld, I should say. I suppose that's not necessarily one and the same. Is not a great place to hide from this at the moment. There we go. Didn't take much damage there, but certainly did not get our bonus. I think from here on out, it is going to be very tough
My
to do
boon from
that.
Master Chaos has evolved.
And it's a very good time for that chaos effect to take its hold, because I think this is going to be more than 40 now? No, darn it. Just missed it. Guess it was one room shy.
Let's hear it, Father.
Megara failed again.
That she did. Sorry. So, I mean, that's potentially even reason to just pick up little darkness boosts like this, but I think we'll settle.
Should I take the trade?
Is there anything... I mean, you can maybe make the case that getting rid of something that isn't doing a ton like this might be somewhat helpful. Would you rather have a little bit of chaos which doesn't directly affect this run, or have that boom? And I think we'll just stick with what we have for now. Dismissed you. But more coins, I bet. Alright, yeah, so I probably should have swapped our keepsake. I mean, at the very least, this would be an opportunity for us to level it up further. But I am skeptical as to whether we will actually be able to get the bonus from here on out. Maybe I'm just being pessimistic here, but I'm assuming that we're going to struggle to go without taking damage in Asphodel. I think there are boots. Boots. Ooh, almost got stuck there. Okay, one of those guys down. Don't know if that technically counts, having potentially taken a little damage to that smoke. Ooh, did take damage to that smoke too. Did that count? It did. It did count. Okay, so at the very least, we did get at least one more additional percentage damage while in Asphodel. That'll be an interesting experiment to see. Is it worthwhile in the long term, when we've fully leveled up this item, to keep it for both Tartarus and Asphodel, or should we swap it out immediately after Asphodel? Immediately after Tartarus? I'm actually not sure if, after swapping it out, if we still have that damage. We probably won't, I'm thinking it. It's not like the... we take this? Let's take it. We don't have a lot of boons. Because we're kind of used to having things like the coin purse that give you a one-time boost. Let's take...
Let's get out of
Did just say we wanted to get a rarer boon. Because we're used to things like the coin purse that you take once at the beginning of the run and get all the benefit up front. So it doesn't matter if you swap it out later. But that's not necessarily the case with every keepsake. I saw that, but got a little tangled up in all the projectiles there, unfortunately, and did take a little bit of damage. Could go down? That would be cool. Could be more, right? Yeah. Ooh, you got HADES too. And that was silly. So it's a little notable, that was also silly, that it's not that you need to take 0 damage at all in a room. I'm doing a very, very bad job at the moment. But it's more so you can't take damage from enemies. It may explicitly say that on the trinket, but if it doesn't, then maybe that's a notable thing to mention, because in rooms that have a lot of environmental damage, or potential environmental damage, that can be a notable distinction. We just took tons of damage there, all over the place.
So my elusive Artemis has shown you favor, has she? The little scamp. She seldom shows respect to anyone, not even me. But I'll enhance her blessing nonetheless.
Oh, enhance her blessings? Oh. Here I was thinking that was gonna mean you would give us a duel. Apparently not. Your god gauge charges faster when you deal or take damage. That sounds really good. I don't think we've seen that. That's also really good? Yeah. Yeah, Zeus has a lot of things that directly, or I guess indirectly, technically, affect your call, making it charge faster, making it deal more damage. If you combine that with Athena's boon that has you start off with some of your meter filled, I think you can get some really amazing stuff going on. I think we had that once. I think it was this and Athena's that made us start with our meter partly full. We didn't have this as well. I'll take this one because it's a little different.
God's might.
And that might have been, in fact, the way in which we made our first major run happen. First time we made it to Theseus and the Minotaur. I do really like this room, because that is the potential for 2 boons. However, I'm noticing that we don't have a ton of life at the moment, actually. Although, unfortunately, there's no way for us to make that different. Nothing to buy to boost our life for the time being. At least, not before this room. Who do we pick as our favorite? I was running quickly enough. I think we take Zeus, given how we just saw how some of his stuff can be really beneficial in a synergistic way.
In the name of Hades.
Okay. And just like that, we got the other one that we were thinking of. I do really like this too, though. This is rare, and this isn't. Normally, I would say this is much better, but I think we actually do take this, because we do have some nice attack things going on already.
Lord Zeus's strength.
Artemis is not going to be happy with us, of course.
Why do I even bother with some half-god?
Excuse me, we are actually a full god. Yes, that is Artemis being mad at us, those little circles. But I would like to find the actual enemies in here, so that I can avoid taking damage from Artemis, and instead, focus on taking you guys out. Ooh, they are very quick. Can't deny that. Can I destroy them? My attacks? I actually might be able to do that. I didn't realize that. I not even thought that that would be a possibility. I am standing in the lava. I am still standing in the lava. And we are not done here. As much as I wish we were. Speed boost is really useful, not gonna lie. That is when I'm not speeding into a bazillion projectiles. And I do see we have call stuff going on, at least in some way, shape, or form at the moment. Ooh, we are taking a lot of damage, though. Remind me which call we have? Oh, it's the, Aphrodite. It makes people fight against one another. Sure. One more? One more. Man. That was painful.
Got to say, you've handled yourself pretty well back there. I can't stay mad after a show like that.
At least there's that. How helpful will this be? Any damage you deal has crit chance. That is probably the most consistent with what we've been doing thus far. I think so. That's what our special looks like. Not that I meant to just press it. Okay. We are not doing great from a life standpoint at the moment anymore. Okay, I think we take this opportunity to maybe pick up the Zeus upgrade that we wanted to pick up last time. No way of knowing whether it will actually be available to
Time
us.
for another voyage aboard the barge of death.
Not the barge of death. This is also usually pretty dangerous because there's a very small area in which these guys are going to be fighting us, and tends to mean they're going to hit us a lot. If I could knock you off the edge, that'd be amazing, you know? Fortunately, I don't think we have that ability at the moment. Oh, I hate these guys. Okay, one down. Ooh, I went into that attack. Ooh, and got hit by that too. Man, we have so much damage that we took here. Still gonna have one more round. Aphrodite, save us! Okay, that was awfully close. I really hope we get something that allows us to heal right now. Your lightning effects also make foes jolted. I mean, we have a lot of lightning effects right now. This is, of course, the skill that we were saying we wanted to pick up, but I think this is also really good, given how much lightning we have. I mean, it's on our standard attack, which makes this basically apply all the time. Victim's next attack self-inflicts lightning damage and harms nearby foes as well.
Thunder time.
I mean, we need life very, very badly right now.
Still alive.
But, if we can be still alive, then, this will be very powerful. As I think we were starting to see there. Yeah, that was crazy damage. Stepped in the lava momentarily there, I think. And that might have hit me? Not sure if it did. Still one guy left. I think? Yeah. Oh, didn't get hit there. At least not by enemies. Might have stepped into one of the traps momentarily there. I think we take this, because this looks really good.
Thank you for
I
your
mean, I would love if we had a mini shop. Oh, this is life? It isn't. If that were life, I would have said it's worthwhile. Mini shop? Maybe? No? Yikes. We are in serious trouble here. Which is a pain because I do... Oh. Didn't even see the key room. Does stink because I really like our boons at the moment, but our lack of life is going to make this very, very tricky. might be in one-hit death scenario right now. If not, we are very close to it. Oh, I didn't see you there. Okay. One more over here. More. Looks like there are more that we just don't see at the moment. Yeah. Still more that we don't see. Ooh, a lot more of that. Okay. Still more we don't see? Where are you all? There you are. Yikes. Oh, and to go along with it. I don't like that. Take care of these other guys. Getting the food along with them is going to be very tough. Okay. Fortunately, I think we did get him. Ooh, I don't like that. I think they may have run into the fire and killed themselves that way. And we did take no damage from enemies there. Okay. We absolutely need to go to the shop here, but let's see if there's anything else of note in here. I don't think so. It's going to be this. Well, I mean, there's never any enemies in the shop, but I think the Hermes room would have also had no enemies, because I assume this is likely the last room for the boss fight. Yeah, it is. That's the boss. Okay. Few ways in which we can pick up life here. Can we afford everything? We can. Okay. Oh, also,
wasn't me.
A little bit more coins. Not that that's going to make a huge difference, but
Should help keep me
take
going.
that. Take that. Take
God's given me
this.
strength.
Okay. Odd gauge. Charges faster, or improve the duration of the charm on our call. I think you could make a strong case for either one of these. I mean, this makes it more power, or rather, makes it charge up more quickly, whereas this one makes it more powerful when you do get it. So consistency versus power. I think let's take the consistency. So, as I said, you could certainly make the case for either. There is life in that green skull. I think. Expecting you to do this? Yep. That. Boom. Where did you come from? I mean, you kind of know where you came from, but still. Ooh, that is close enough to still hit the other head. That's nice. Or at least, on some occasions it is. Shoot your major beam there, but you are done. And you're gonna get mad at me. I'm gonna shoot your bazillion projectiles right now. Ooh, it's not well done on my part. Ooh, and I let you avoid that.
Friends, have you?
Dude, okay, bad place to stand. Would have preferred to have gotten rid of some of you earlier. And we're not dealing with all of these heads simultaneously. We've sort of done that, though. At least now. Definitely are now. I think the red heads are the most difficult, at least for me. They shoot those big beams. Whereas these guys, I think, are comparatively much more tame. Heads are down. I mean, you're going to use your big beam pretty soon. Or, well, your series of a bazillion attacks right about now. Or not. Really? Now? You're just going to skip that? Now. No. Straight to the heads. Huh, you skipped it for some reason. Okay, one head down. That's good, get that done early. So there are, of course, going to be a lot. I'm not seeing any of the redheads, which I'm very thankful for. But as I was saying, I think those are the most difficult, at least in my personal opinion. Okay, over to you. Dude, that was some silly damage there. Ooh, and the little guys hit me. Also silly. I do see our call meter is full. I was going to say we'd save it for the last phase, but I'm actually not sure that makes a lot of sense, because it makes enemies fight against each other. Except this guy's invulnerable right now, the main boss is, so maybe it just isn't a great call to have against this guy on second thought. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna... Well, maybe that actually did do something? That makes some of those projectiles go back and hit him? Seems like it might have. There is the power of that chaos effect that we got a long time ago that made darkness boons... They're not boons. The darkness rewards give us much more. Which means... Well, it would be very tempting to switch to Nyx's shawl right now.
Sounds like progress to me.
Because we are getting a lot of damage from this, because we, at this point, well, we've done maybe 7 or 8 rooms without taking damage. Maybe even more than that. I've certainly lost track of precisely how many. But I was comparing it a little bit to this, where you deal plus 20% damage conditionally, so only when you are at 30% HP or lower. So, I mean, we had to clear the rooms without taking any damage in order to get any bonus out of this. But once we do get those bonuses, they apply all the time. So I do think this is still more helpful, at least as things currently stand, than this. But what I was saying before is I don't know if we switch out of the Pierced Butterfly and into, say, Black Shawl right now. I doubt we still get this damage bonus that we built up on the Pierced Butterfly, right? Yeah, there's no way. Could guarantee a Chaos Gate. I mean, we're stepping into Elysium now, so certainly things are about to get riskier. And we have generally been...
I'll take this one.
One to avoid doing that in Elysium, but I think if we do it this early on, we might be okay. Because of course, the biggest fear is that you take one right before the boss, and then you have low HP, and you have whatever other negative effect from the chaos that you chose to pick.
Alright.
Still in effect against the most difficult enemies. Whereas if we do this here early enough, then we'll still at least only be going against your standard enemies, which granted, in Elysium are difficult, but see, total life reduced, but then our attack damage goes up. That is really nice to get our attack damage up, but that is a tough one to deal with. Lowering our life total. Explore chambers, chamber rewards are hidden, but our cast deals damage afterward. Otherwise, I mean, this is the easy one. We haven't been using cast much on this playthrough. So it's not a huge deal if we can't pick up our bloodstones as quickly. And getting coins is a little helpful. I mean, it's kind of late in the run for that to accrue much benefit, but I suppose we'll go that route.
The whims of chaos to extract the benefits a few chambers from now.
What do we have here? Chariots. Unfortunately, you can attack frequently enough to keep you away from us, apparently. Oh, he didn't necessarily mean to do that, though. Okay, careful here. Yep, one of these guys is gonna get quick on us. Don't want to start so close to you. I do see you trying to sneak up. Ooh, butterflies as well. I did not see those coming in. Thank you for letting that trap take you out. The butterflies do not want to all get taken out quickly. There we go.
The pierced butterfly grows stronger.
Yeah, actually managed to get a pierced butterfly in Elysium. I don't think that's going to happen very often. I think we skip this. I think we skip it. Just because it's mostly for the long-term benefit, but I don't think that is worthwhile when we are into Elysium. Have the potential to have a run that goes far. Ooh, gotta make sure we get these guys. So I think having the lightning chaining from one enemy to the next is going to be really helpful for these guys that have their souls, because it's going to mean it's easier to still hit them. They'll usually try to run away. There are a lot of butterflies at the moment, though, and I'm not totally sure where that arrow guy is. Oh, they're over here. Just you. Thank you.
My keepsake.
Really? We didn't get hit. I thought one of the butterflies got us. Max life is very nice. Okay, that's a mini boss, and we want to be mindful of how it is possible, if you do go the mini boss route, to run into Minotaur by himself. Whereas if you avoid the mini boss route, you can actually avoid that Minotaur fight. I think is worthwhile.
I hear something.
Uh-oh. Thanatos? Thanatos.
Barely caught up with you here, Zag. You must have had a little help from Hermes, I suppose.
That we have.
Okay. Occasionally, yes.
I don't know. He's good. My kill. You're gonna get this one though. Or not. Ow. It'd be great if I stopped running into those things. Yeah, you got that one. That's for sure.
Farewell.
No, my kill. That's Thanatos.
Damn, he's recovered.
Oh, we got both of them there. Probably gonna get this one too. At the moment, at least, we are beating him. At least, last time I checked. I think we beat him. We did. Oh, I shouldn't have gotten hit there. Okay. Take this.
Power of the gods.
And yeah, we'll definitely improve the aid.
I'm grateful for this.
I'm assuming Thanatos has something?
I did, huh?
Yeah, something to say to us about that.
Much better.
We were not guaranteed to get a life upgrade in this room, so that might have had something to do with having beaten him. But what does he have to say about it?
You seemed a little winded there, no? Not even close to the surface yet, either.
Alright, buddy. We did beat you. It's enough trash talk.
Thanks for the vote of confidence there, Than.
And so he is from what I understand, he is Hypnos' brother, and technically, if we were actually Nyx's son, then he would be our brother too, or at least half-brother. But, well, as we know, that is perception, but not actually reality, that we are Nyx's son.
You're very welcome. Now I'd better get back before Lord Hades catches on to this.
Okay, so it looks like, having beaten him, we got that extra life upgrade. That was what we... That's the benefit. It is certainly a nice bonus. Okay, so here, again, I'm deliberately going to try to avoid the mini-bosses. We don't have a ton of coins to use in here.
Charon.
We can afford the upgrade or the life, but we cannot afford both. It is a little tricky. I'm gonna go with the upgrade, which is maybe not the best idea. Ooh, I like that a lot, though. Ooh, I like this a lot, too. I think we pick this. We could also take this, but I think we save up. I mean, something to be said for, we're relatively far into Elysium now, and there's certainly the chance that we may not see another shop before we run into Hades and... Not Hades, Theseus and the Minotaur. Ooh.
Nice place.
Free upgrade and free life as well. Okay, well, that was absolutely worthwhile then. Your attack fires 3 shots in a spread pattern. I mean, that sounds pretty great. Yeah, we can take that. I'm assuming 1 will fire straight in front of us? Yeah. And we'll have 2 off to the side. I've never seen this before, but it seems pretty sweet. Now I'm going to take Zeus again, because we have some lightning synergies. Woo! If we can get more lightning stuff on, then that would be fantastic, I would think. Oh, really? Still didn't take you out?
Olympus.
Figured we'd pick them against each other. Why not? Okay, it's another wave down, but I'm sure there's more. Ooh, bow dudes now. Okay, we need to get rid of you. Okay, we did. You're about to die. Okay. Ran into that unnecessarily. Let's get rid of the rain. Probably should have done earlier. I do see we have a call. I'm not sure it matters much at this point, because this might be the only enemy left. It is.
Lord Zeus.
Alright, Zeus. You have something nice for us?
We can switch to a different boon.
Ooh. Oh, but duo? Hold on. Okay. So, Zeus's aid would be cool, because Aphrodite's aid is only rare, whereas Zeus's is epic. And we do, as I was saying earlier, have that nice lightning synergy, where we also... what is it? I don't know, it's zap or something, some other status effect that makes enemies deal damage to themselves when they are affected by the lightning. That would be great, and it looks like we also saved the level, and that we've upgraded our aid already 3 times, and it seems as though if we swap to Zeus's aid, we maintain it at level 3, even though we're going from Aphrodite into Zeus. So I didn't realize that was a thing. That is good to know. But, we have had this duo before, where when we use our cast, our bloodstones deal damage to nearby foes. It is a lot of damage, it's just that, as I was saying earlier, we don't use our cast very often. So, I mean, let's give it a shot.
Lord Zeus's strength.
I mean, a duo is amazing, normally at least, so I think we take that. And... God, we close, I would think, to Theseus fight. In fact, I, for a second, thought this was going to be it. Not seeing anything else interesting in here, so I think we carry on. There are still enemies in here, so that does not mean we are about to hit said fight. Ooh, I should not have taken that down. For some reason thought I was far enough away that we were not going to hit.
I think not.
That Hermes speed does certainly help a lot. And the Zeus ability to hit multiple enemies, well, in addition to having multiple arrows, but the chaining lightning allowing us to hit multiple enemies is pretty sweet too. I see you there. Apparently you are hiding behind that. There's gotta be more, I would think. A lot more of that. Potentially the little ones? Yes, the little ones. This is really good to have the chaining ability there. They don't have a lot of life. But they can speed up on you. Sneak up on you with speed, I should say. So the ability to hit them from afar and hit multiple of them at once from afar is very nice. That was a full call meter. We do have all that stuff that makes it so that we gain our meter more quickly than usual. There is something to be said for that. That might be adding up a bit here. So, are there any things that we would like to swap out? I mean, our dash attack, we aren't really using. In fact, I don't even know what the dash attack is when you're using a bow. Just dash and immediately attack afterward. Imagine that. Let's take a quick peek here. It looks like we are headed for a shop immediately after this, so there is something to be said for trying to sell some things here.
Any boons worth giving up?
In which case, this would be the difference between being able to afford almost nothing and being able to afford all the way up to a weapon upgrade. I think we do that. I do think we do that, because getting over 200 coins is significant. And is this just before... Yeah, that's the Theseus and Minotaur fight. Okay, so it didn't matter here. At least it didn't matter that much, because we don't have a hammer upgrade to buy, and we do not quite have enough to purchase both the upgrade and the life upgrade. I mean, I was considering maybe selling the... what was it? The Artemis crit chance one as well, but, you know, obviously that, didn't end up happening, so we will not have enough to do both of these things. I mean, we don't have a ton of life right now, which is very unfortunate considering how we're about to go into the boss fight. So, as much as I would really like to upgrade our boons, because I feel like we have some good ones here, I'm not sure we have much choice but to take this.
Thank you, mate.
Disappointing. But, and I think, I mean, we've yet to make it past these guys, so might as well spend all the coins we have. So I think we take that, too. Here goes nothing. Remember, we do have the cast stuff going for us as well now.
Aha, the fiend comes crawling back once more, drawn as he is, much like the unassuming moth unto the flame of righteousness.
Okay, if you say so.
Oh no, not the flame of righteousness. Are you finished? Let's get this started. I've come a long way.
Hear that, Asterius? Our fiendish visitor is begging us for mercy. Begging us, no doubt, to drop our guard. Together now, my friend, let's vanquish him, and may the glory of Olympus guide us.
We'll see about that.
I warn you, filth, you get no quarter from me, or my good companion of death. Prepare yourself.
Alright, I'm gonna, to the extent that I can, try to target Theseus here. Because he does tend to be the more difficult one. And after having fought him a bit in the last go-round, I feel like I have a better understanding as to how we are supposed to fight him this time. Ooh. Ooh, not this. Please do that. Thank you. Owie. You have this again. Thought I was avoiding that for a second there. Oh, I object. I was pretty certain we were in the clear there. Theseus is down. That is the first time I've ever done that.
See that, Bullman?
I do like having taken him out first. Right, but I'm not sure that our aid does us much good at this point. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, he's doing something now. He's on 25% life. Ooh, careful there. It's getting aggressive. That was really good timing on that. We got him! Oh, that is the first time we've done that.
Some applause or something here? I can't seem to open it.
First time we've gotten Ambrosia as well. And, I mean, I think there is certainly something to be said for taking down Theseus first. Having Athena's aid was, or not Athena, Aphrodite's aid was very helpful.
What are you, the Fates?
And I have no idea
Which to choose?
what to do now. We do have one more room until Pierce Butterfly levels up, but I think, even though I doubt that we will get much in terms of additional bonuses here, I think we do have some damage built up on it already, so I think we do keep it.
Let's think about this.
Something worth selling. I mean, the primary reason why I wanted this ability was for that fight that we just had, so that we could dash and then still have enough speed to rush away from the Minotaur when he's using his charge ability. Having just completed that fight, I don't know how relevant this is anymore. Let's see if there's anything notable here. I mean, we could get a life up, or life restoration, which we do kind of need at the moment. I mean, we can already afford it. I think we do take that. And we'll save up, well... yeah, we'll hold on to everything else, because I really don't know what to expect here, because I've never been here.
To the surface.
The surface!
Check.
First time for everything. That looks like a maze. Maze of the Minotaur? That would be
Ground floor.
sort of understandable. Temple of Skill.
At last, the
River.
willful prince has ventured all the way up to the surface of the mortal realm. Yet still he is encased within the earth itself. The gateway to the underworld. A threshold from which there is no escape.
Okay.
We'll see about that.
That we shall. Anything else in here? I don't think so. That looks like Cerberus. I mean, are there 3 heads? There are 3 heads.
That's the farthest I've come.
Is indeed.
The multi-headed
Oh!
Cerberus stands vigilant before the underworld's entryway. The tales of what happens to those foolish enough to attempt to pass are far too graphic.
Oh god, no! It wasn't a coincidence. Uh-oh.
So it's really come to this, boy. After everything we've been through. Well then, this is how it has to be. There's nothing left to say. Except for, on your guard.
Oh dear. There goes nothing.
No, but seriously, boy. I know why you're here. There has to be a way to make you look the other way. What if I help you with the Sata problem? Would you let me go? Please. I have to find Mother. You know what this means to me.
I actually don't know if I should be anticipating a fight right now, or if this is a big build-up just for a little twist.
After a moment's hesitation and deliberation, the voracious Hound of Hell barks once, affirmatively toward the prince, who sets off in search of something that can sate the monster's appetites.
Good. Now I just need to head off the beaten path here and see what I can find.
Oh. Okay. Lots of options here.
The vast temple of Styx and its innumerable dangers now are all that separates the underworld prince from the land outside, which he so desperately longs to see.
I've almost made it. Should stock up
Whoa.
for the road ahead.
Okay, so this is like a super shop. Oh, it is still Charon. We could gift him something. I wonder if we can gift anything to Cerberus. Is someone else worth talking about potentially gifting to? I think so. Hey, buddy. Oh, so this would be the quick and simple way through, which Cerberus is blocking. He's allowing us to pass, but we have to go an alternative route. In which case, life, upgrade, Artemis. I think let's go upgrade.
Here goes.
I mean, getting max life would certainly be very helpful. It's a very small area in which we are fighting you, and I have to assume that that green stuff hurts. You are scary looking. Maybe more after we're done with you. Or not. I mean, we actually not only ranked up the butterfly, but we just got a bonus from it, no less. Uh-oh. Stay away, please. I don't know what that tree in a hot jacuzzi over there is. Hot tub, jacuzzi, you know what I mean. Did we take damage there? I think we did. Here. Huh?
Not poisoned at the moment, thanks.
And we had full life, so that might have been something that would have restored our HP a bit. I don't know what the deal is there. What? Huh? Do one, the other comes back? I don't know what the deal is there. Don't understand. Sound effects are also terrifying. He could not hit us. That would be fantastic. Again, thought that we went without taking damage there, because we still have full life, and yet we did not get the little ringing sound from our keepsake. Oh, what?
Poisoned.
What is... Oh. Okay, I see. They hit you, and they have poison effect. When they do that, have to go here to de-poison. Okay. Understood. Boo! Hello. I think. I recognize you. You look very similar. Ow, to your other guys. Where is the cure? I don't see it. There it is. Took a lot of unnecessary damage there because of that. Ooh. You guys too, I did not see. looks like there's... Oh, what are you? You're just burrowing rats. Okay. Ooh, I thought I was standing in the middle there where we would not get hit by any of that.
Aphrodite. No effect.
Finish you off, please. Ooh, there is more, though. This one I was really hoping we would be all set here. Ooh, don't stand there. You'd still get hit by it. One down. And I didn't mean to go there either.
Clean.
Yikes. Wow.
Delicious.
Here I was, ready to say that this floor was surprisingly easy.
I feel stronger.
We were not taking that much damage. What does this do? Turn? That allows us to return to... What? Huh? That looks like our only option here. Otherwise, it would be a dead end. I guess.
This can
No
get
one
me out
here.
of here. Got to find something for Cerberus.
Oh. Okay. So do we keep on going down these routes until we find whatever it is that Cerberus needs? And then we can go through the main way? And we can continue to come back here and... I mean, if we actually had anything, we could buy... Actually, have coins, we could buy stuff there. We don't. So...
We should
here.
check this way. Nice try.
Please don't hit me. No damage, thankfully. Nothing else of note. Can you come around here? I'm not sure if I want to know. Fortunately, we do have the ability to hit multiple enemies at once, which is very helpful at the moment.
Some of those urns have coin in them, don't they?
They do. Does help a little bit. I mean, 133, we're getting close enough at this point that we might be able to buy some things if we do successfully make it back. Whoa! Don't have much life left, though. Right, you keep on telling me we're gonna get a max life upgrade. I suppose that means it's at the end of all this.
Snake stones.
Gotcha. You guys now. And you. Does that matter? Ooh, bad place to stand. None of that, please. This is the last room, it would appear. That does probably mean... Ooh, where are you? Where are you? Not looking good. Not looking good. We're about to poison to death. No! Wow. Okay. Far and away our best run. That was the first time we've seen the Styx Temple, and
Satyrs.
we even made it fair ways into said temple. I mean, it could be that you have to clear through all of those side areas, in which case, sure, we had a fair ways to go still, but I think we learned a lot on that run.
I think that I can find the lounge well on my own, Hypnos. Oh, wait. What is this? Did you just ask me out?
Me? No. I'd never even think to do that, miss. I mean, you have your station, and I have mine. We're from two different worlds, you could say. Fated never to be seen together much.
Alas.
Didn't hear hear you come in.
Oh, and now...
Cerberus is still at work, I guess.
Yeah, no Cerberus here anymore. Sad? Miss him already.
How goes your heated rivalry against the greatest king of Athens lately, boy? Your battles with him and the Minotaur must be the talk of the underworld of late.
Did best him last time.
Admitted, Father. Theseus was the only hero you were able to recruit to stand against me. All the while he gets to boast about being the champion. Well, was Heracles too busy for the task?
Speak not to me of Heracles. You know these heroes by their deeds, not by their character. Heracles is fortunate he's in my brother's favor. Else he would be in Tartarus where he belongs.
Oh, ouch.
The mortal concept of what constitutes a hero is absurd.
I don't remember well enough why Heracles... Well, did he have a direct run-in with Hades in the past? They might have a bit of a vendetta against each other. That would, perhaps, explain why he would put him in Tartarus as opposed to Elysium.
They should have asked the expert, I suppose. Wanted to say, the Lady Aphrodite asked that I relay a message to you, sir. She said that she admires you. Mentioned a certain war.
Trojan War, maybe?
Admires me, does she? Sometimes, lad, I think that Aphrodite is the mightiest of all the gods. Her power is what spurs us all to action, whether to love or war, or sometimes both the two. I'm grateful for the message.
Okay. Thanatos, we did beat you last time.
Those shades are always milling about.
So what do you have to say about that?
Zagreus, I have an audience with Lord Hades in a moment. An inquiry into my recent absences.
Uh-oh.
What are you worried about, Than? You've never given him a reason not to trust you.
Sounds like he might be in trouble, though.
Recently, I'm not so sure. Whatever you're doing, it had better be worth it.
Oh, okay. Nice talking to you. And we do have a fair amount of gems. I'm not sure... Yeah, this would be the next big upgrade that we would be targeting. I mean, we're not far away from it. There were a few occasions on which we might have been able to pick up additional gems, but deliberately opted not to go for those troves in order to not spend our life. And I think that did ultimately pay off, so I stand by that decision.
I'll make sure everything is taken care of.
Okay. If you say so.
Give me the best deal you've got.
Like, there are a lot more deals available than there usually are. Ambrosia, we're now able to get this. Or at least we have gotten this once. Because the Theseus and Minotaur fight was the first time in which we actually did get some. Okay. Still don't fully understand when and where we get to use those things for their usual purpose, so I think I'm going to hold on to Titan Blood, Diamonds, and the Ambrosia for now.
Thanatos has finally come home. Have you not seen him, child? He has been very much preoccupied of late. It must have gladdened him to see you once again.
Yeah, he just doesn't really seem much of the glad type.
Oh.
Seems like Zagreus agrees with me. Okay. How much darkness did we pick up? A fair amount there. Not a ton, and we're actually... Ooh. We are able to unlock this if we would like to. Each rank gives you plus 25% damage versus foes afflicted by at least 2 status curse effects. So I think that, well, we might have been able to apply that this time around. I know we had at least one from our lightning damage. Don't remember if we... Oh, we did have the charm from our Aphrodite call. I think it's called. So at least for brief moments of time, it would have been possible to get this going. It seems like it's a little bit niche in that there are only so many times when it's going to be applicable, but when it is, 25% damage is a lot, and that's just one upgrade gets you that. So I would think that being able to get multiple rounds of upgrades would make that really good. At least, again, when it does apply. So let's give it a shot.
The mirror's even stronger.
And sure. We'll upgrade this. Oh, and that is the max. Okay. I was gonna say, I mean, can't go that much higher than plus 50%, right? I mean, if we could keep on upgrading and upgrading this, then it would just become absurd amounts of damage where, yes, as I was saying, improbable or unlikely that you will get this set of circumstances to arise where you have 2 status effects on a given enemy at a time, but, I mean, when you do, you could keep on upgrading that, it would just be an instant kill. So, I think we use the rest to improve the likelihood of us getting rare or better boons, and at 37%, you'd like to believe that that is starting to become pretty significant, to the point where soon we may stop running into the normal boons altogether. Or at least, I mean, have them be very unlikely to show up.
One more time.
Alright, so with that, we had what was far and away our most successful run thus far. We made it past Theseus and the Minotaur for the first time into the following floor, and even then, we didn't die instantly, which, there's something to be said for that, I suppose. So I'm looking forward to, hopefully, getting the chance to get back there soon and seeing just how far we can go. Looks like we are getting very, very close to the surface, so I'm excited about that. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.